Hello and bienvenue. This is Life's Questions and Lessons. I am your host, Charity Youngblood, and I am so excited and grateful that you are here with me today. Let's get started with our first question. What can I do when gratitude doesn't work? What can I do when gratitude doesn't work? So I was recently in a conversation with a lady that I met at an Elevate workshop, and she mentioned the practice of gratitude and how it was very easy for her to practice gratitude, but she wasn't happy. She wasn't fulfilled. She didn't feel like she had a zest for life. And one of the first things that came to mind was, I definitely need to bring this question to the podcast. And also an understanding of what gratitude really is and what it's not, right? So one thing that I want to say here is gratitude and happiness are not the same thing. Gratitude and a zest for life are not the same thing. Gratitude and fulfillment are not the same thing. And it's a very small distinction because I really do believe that gratitude is a component of those things, and it's, almost like adjacent if you think about it a different way. But it's very important for us to understand the purpose of gratitude. And what that purpose is for us is very individual. So gratitude might serve a completely different purpose in my life as it would in your life. So if you're thinking about this question and kind of starting to explore it for yourself and finding yourself stuck or, struggling with this, another way to think about it is, what role does gratitude play in my life? What role does gratitude play in my life? So similar to what she was sharing with me, in the height of the pandemic, I also was really, really struggling because I felt, just like she was saying, it's very easy for me to practice gratitude. It's very easy for me to go down the list, to write it down, and to appreciate all of the things that some people take for granted, unfortunately. But I was not happy. I was not fulfilled. I was not feeling like there was a zest for life, et cetera, et cetera. And it wasn't until I really explored this for myself that these insights came for me. So I really challenge you to look at this a different way. I do think that everything has a purpose, but if we don't understand what that purpose really is for us, we can get disappointed. And disappointment is honestly inevitable on this growth, this path, this journey through self-reflection and through self-improvement. But there are definitely ways that we can prepare ourselves or even avoid certain disappointments. And a lot of times it's that expectation and understanding what something is and the role that it really plays in our lives, specifically for us. So those are the questions I had on my heart today. And I really, really challenge you, if you are kind of struggling with this and you find yourself in gratitude, that you're really not happy, one thing I would say to you is it's okay to not be happy all the time. I'm one of the happiest people that I know. So I get this a lot of, oh, you're happy all the time. That's not true. I might be happy when you hear me on this podcast, but I'm a human just like you are. So I get sad, I get frustrated, I get irritated. And that's honestly one of the biggest reasons I started this podcast, because I wanted there to be a platform or a place for you to understand you are not alone in any way that you're feeling. And it is all a part of the journey. It is all a part of your growth and your understanding and becoming whatever it is, whatever person you want to be. So it is okay to not be okay. That is one of the lessons that I've learned in this past year. Embrace that everything has a purpose. That sadness that you're experiencing has a purpose. That irritation, that frustration, any of those emotions that we like to shy away from to try to jump to happy, is I don't want to say detrimental, but it can be. So I really challenge you to sit in those emotions and explore the things that you are feeling, whether it's through the questions in the podcast or through your own self-reflection that you do on your own. So those are the questions I had on my heart today. As always, thank you so much for listening. Please rate or review this podcast wherever you are listening to my words. And if this was helpful for you, please share it. And until next time, take care.